It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go!
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Good afternoon. I'm Mike Arning with True Speed Communication. And on behalf of everyone, I'd like to welcome you to today's event, and we certainly appreciate you being here. A couple housekeeping items. This is being carried live on Speed. It's also being streamed live on video on NASCARmedia.com. And these guys will be available for questions for as long as you have them, or up until Tony needs to leave for Nationwide Series practice at 2:15 today. So with little ado, we'll get started. Obviously, a big day yesterday when it was announced that Tony Stewart and Joe Gibbs Racing will part ways following the 2008 season. Joe, this is a big day for you. Joe Custer, General Manager of Haas CNC Racing. Tony, another big day for you. And to start it off right, I believe there's something to unveil just to the left of you. Why don't we go ahead and do that? Like we always said from the get-go, and what Tony reiterated many times, when we had something to announce, we'd announce it. That day has come, and Tony, talk a little bit about why we're here today.
I thought when we got in here there was really a cool menu for the buffet today. I'd never seen this many meaty people in here before, but obviously this is a huge day for me. It's this is a huge turning point in my career, obviously, but I'm very proud today to be here and announce that myself and Joe Custer have with the Haas CNC team have merged and now have formed Stewart-HAAS Racing. That's where I'll be next year, and hopefully for the rest of my life and my career in NASCAR racing. It was a huge decision-making process, obviously, something that was not made overnight. And every week, like we told you guys, this was a long process. This was not something that was easy by any means, and we did weigh our options heavily as far as what was available out there, what our options were, and the opportunity to have ownership in a race team was something that was in my opinion, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I don't think an offer like this has ever been made in this series to a driver, and I don't know that an offer of this magnitude will be offered in the next year or two, or down the road even. But very honored that Joe and his organization have welcomed me aboard, not only as a driver but as an owner, and really excited about our future at Stewart-HAAS Racing.
Thanks, Tony. Joe, big step for your organization. Talk a little bit about how this day came to be.
Well, it's an unbelievable day for our organization and the Haas Automation folks and Worldwide Dealership Network. We've been in the sport for a number of years, building what we feel like is the nucleus of a winning organization, but quite frankly, we haven't finished that journey. And being able to work together and put a deal like this together is a dream come true for the Haas organization, and we welcome Tony. We welcome his talent, his leadership, his passion, everything that he brings to this sport. I think this is a great day for NASCAR, a great day for his fans and our fans, and we look to not only win races but really enjoy it in the years to come.
And we'll go ahead and open it up to questions now. Again, because we are doing a transcript of this afterward, and because it is being carried live by a number of outlets, you could state your name and affiliation as well. And I know there are some folks here with Chicagoland Speedway who will have a mic, so if you could wait on the mic. Lee, we'll start with you.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Joe, can you talk a little bit? You said passion. That's a key word with Tony and racing. The two are almost synonymous. Can you talk about having somebody like that come over and what that brings to the organization?
Well, I keep using the word franchise player. I don't know if it's wore out in the sports world, but there's just a few people, whether it's a Wayne Gretzky or just people in a sport that influence, and you can't put your finger on it. The fans put their finger on it. That's who puts their finger on it. And we believe that Tony Stewart is that person. And why? Because the fans believe that. And so how does that affect our organization? Top to bottom. Top to bottom. It affects, obviously, our people. How they view coming to the track this week is different. You know, they knew about this press conference, and loading on the plane today was a different, exciting feeling at Haas. And the owners, Haas Automation, and all the folks back in California building machine tools, it affects them. So I think going forward, I'm not sure I realize how much this will change our organization, but I'm ready for it.
Next, right here in the corner, Jim, if we can get a mic to him.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. Tony, why is ownership, the ownership part, so important to you at this time in your career?
I think since 2001 when we started our first World of Outlaws team, I think as time has gone on, I've started to understand the value of it and what it means to me in my life. With a second World of Outlaw team that we added this year, and obviously our 2 USAC midget and sprint car and Silver Crown operations, I've really enjoyed that aspect of my life over the last 7 years. I never, 8 years ago when people asked me if I'd consider ownership in a NASCAR team, I said no way. I said I wouldn't be able to deal with the politics, but after owning racetracks and having race teams now, I think it's a side of me that I really enjoy. And having the opportunity to have a new challenge and to help build an organization and be a part of it and know that whatever the results are at the end of the day, that I'm directly responsible for that as a part of it is something that's important to me. It's hard when you guys have always asked, what do you, in different conversations, what do you do when your career's over? Well, when you stop as a driver, you don't want to. It's hard to you talk to drivers that have retired in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years. It's hard to just walk away from the sport, and this gives me an avenue that if the day comes that I can't drive a race car or don't want to drive a race car anymore, I can still be involved heavily in NASCAR, and I know what that feeling's like at obviously the smaller levels with USAC and the World of Outlaw Series, and this is something that I really feel like is something I want to do the rest of my life.
In the back, Claire. Oh, I'm sorry, Monty.
Monty Dutton, Jackson Gazette. Tony, tell us about this ownership thing. Are you buying it? Is it being given to you? Did you go to the bank, take out a mortgage? How's that work?
I actually got into your piggy bank over your cupboard, and I didn't realize how much money you really had, but I actually got some left over if you want me to take you to dinner tonight on your dime. But no, this was, I think this is the only detail of the agreement that I think we're willing to talk about as far as the terms and everything, but I was offered half of the team in this deal, and that was something that, it's obviously that doesn't make this a lateral move from where I came from to where we're going next year. Having 50% of this race team is something that's huge, but I look forward to, the Haas CNC as a company has spent a lot of their own money to build this operation and has spent a lot out of their pocket. I'm hoping to come in as a driver, not only as a driver, but as a equal partner in this, and be able to attract sponsorship to where now Haas CNC doesn't have to spend that money out of their pocket to where we can make it pay for itself. So, that was something that I don't think, like I said, has ever been offered. I don't think any driver's ever been offered 50% equity in an organization, and that made this such an appealing offer.